Alright guys, I'm doing a K24 swap on my Volvo 850 Platinum Limited Edition. Here's the K24 turbo that I'm using. It's probably going to be pushing 20 to 23 psi. So first thing you do is drain all the coolant. You drain that. You go I would let it soak for a couple hours. You put PB Blaster so you don't, strip anything out or break any nuts and bolts or whatever. And then, take out remove the downpipe out of the way, take the studs off from right here, and then you can, just unbolt the lines, start taking those nuts off, the 4 turbo nuts. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. And take off the intake pipe. Right now it's loose. The whole turbo's loose. I just need to take off 2 more lines, the lower coolant line and the lower oil line. I took this one off already. Just make sure you don't lose the washers. I have them right there. And yeah, I'm just gonna take that off, take the 2 lines off, then pull the turbo off, get the manifold off, which is, I believe, 10 nuts. There's one on the side, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 1 right there. So I'll update you guys when I come back. Alright guys, so I took off the lower oil line, which is hanging right there. You just gotta get the bolt out from right there. Try to save your old O-rings, from, this is the oil drain, oil feed right here, coolant bolt. But I left this one in since you could just take it out. You should be able to lift it right now. Everything's disconnected on the turbo except for the oil line, which just slides in right there. The stock turbo is currently out, and here you have view of all the manifold bolts. Just take those out if you're wanting to upgrade to the bigger R manifold, which I am, and it's in the trunk. Here's the old 15G turbo. Man, this thing. So the new manifold is on right now. I just cleaned the surface with brake clean. Just to clean the dust out of the way, and I wiped it with I didn't spray it directly, I sprayed it on a towel and then wiped that on both the head and the mating surface of the manifold. Just put it on right now. See, this is the R manifold right now. I cleaned the surface as well. About to put the nuts on and torque them to, I believe, 24 Newton meters is what online says. 10 bolts. Gonna put them on evenly and then torque them. So a lot of people encounter this issue when they put on the K24. You see there's 2 nipples right here on the back of the N water pipe, which is the 2.3 that came on the 850 turbo. This one right here for the coolant hose for the turbo, it hits the, near the compressor bypass valve of the K24. You're gonna have to bend that or swap out the pipe for a 60R pipe. I'll show you guys that in a second. You guys see the turbo's on right now. I slid it on. See, there will be a gap right here. You can't put on the nuts on this side because look right there. That's touching the pipe. Right where that, if this will focus here, right there. You see that one piece for the CBV is touching the nipple. You're gonna have to bend it outward. Doesn't look like too much, just a little bit. What I'm gonna do is just cut the nipple off, block it, and then relocate it to where the RN pipe actually has it, which is just 2 inches to the left. And this thing is actually a challenge to get out. What you have to do is, just take off the 2 bolts that are right there. This thing is gonna be wedged in there really tight. You're gonna pull as hard as you can right there. It will not come out. Take off the bracket that's bolted in right there. All the silicone hoses too. And then what I did, it was loose right here, but this thing was still stuck inside of the, the water pump right there. What you have to do is grab a hammer and smack the nipple, which you're gonna cut off anyway, and smack it outward, it'll pop out. Alright, next step is to cut that nipple off and then weld it See, this thing right here was hitting the turbo. I tried to move it by bending it, you know, and that obviously didn't work because I flattened the pipe. I'm gonna cut this off right here, you know, block it, have it welded, and then have it moved probably right here. And this is how the pipe looks. Make sure you replace the O-ring that's, no, not on that one, it's actually right here. And also make sure you replace the gasket, which it might be stuck on the head, which you're definitely gonna have to try to get off. It's right there. And the O-ring is stuck right there, which you can see it right there. It's in a little groove. Just pick that out, replace them. I have a Victorine seal kit right there. Okay, so guys, I actually found a guy who would sell me this for pretty cheap. Here's the stock pipe. This thing is in the way. The turbo would actually hit this. Here's the S60R one where it wouldn't hit it. You see how there's more of a gap right here? This one from the S60R actually goes to the oil cooler. It's really long right here. You chop it off, you can weld it, whatever you want, block it off. This will directly fit into the car. Just gonna slide it in just how it came. Put this here, make sure you have a seal. Put that in, make sure you have a seal. Everything's good. So guys, another good upgrade with the K24 turbo, which is right there. After you take off the 15G or whatever stock turbo you have, here's the stock manifold. It has a lot of blockage right here. You get the R manifold or the Japanifold, they actually add, I don't know, I've heard people say they add 20 horsepower because of, you know, all the, you know, the less restriction they have on the inside. Also in here. And they sound much better too because they're unequal length in the Japanifold. I don't know about this one, but yep. All right. Jeez. God. So guys, I got the car started with the new downpipe because the K24 has the angle flange instead of the straight flange that I used to have, which is right there. Probably sell that one. Probably sell all this junk too. This one's, for some reason, it's perfect condition. Zero shaft play. Feels like it's brand new. But yeah, we got the manifold on. Just make sure you don't, you know, snap bolts or something. I mean, honestly, I feel like hand tight is fine. Make sure you get a good seal inside of the oil drain right there. It looks like my seal's kind of popping out, but no leaks, so I guess I'm fine. Here's the wideband sensor going all the way into there. I have my ECU tune, which I wired the wires to the wideband. And, I mean, I got my almost 3.5 inch BMW 540i MAF sensor. Yeah. And then, I mean, I'm probably going to have to cut this pipe because it sits way higher because of the K24 right here. But, I mean, honestly, this setup looks amazing. I got the S60R pipe on. It's working nice. So far, no leaks. It's way too loud. Oh, man. Oh, no. I just saw that. Jeez, I'm going to have to deal with that later. Probably dumped coolant everywhere. Alright, man, so I got the oil line, the custom oil line online. It was like 65 bucks because you can't use the S60R line for this. Buddy, do it for me. Instead of this. You can make it work. You're just going to have to cut this off and like weld it right over here. Right here. And block that off. I mean, if you can't find the pipe, that's what I would. You're going to get some smoke coming out. And before you start the turbo, you want to make sure the turbo is primed with oil. So remove this. Crank the car for 10 seconds, give it a break, 10 seconds, give it a break, 10 seconds, give it a break. And then put the relay back in, start the car. And you will need a tune for this. I would definitely recommend my homies at Savon Motorwork. That's Calvin SOnniksen. You should hit him up, he's good. I mean, I've been running my car on him for a few months now. Car's been running better than ever, better fuel economy, better everything, man. Yeah, it's a pretty sick setup right there. Oh my. So guys, it's completely finalized. About to contact my tuner, Calvin, get it fully tuned. So to summarize everything that's done, remove turbo, remove manifold, remove water pipe. Depending on whether you're gonna modify it or not, I use the S60 water pipe. You're gonna have to mess with this a little. It's kind of hard to get it fit because, you know, this thing smashes onto here and it's hard to get that on the turbo. You're gonna need a bigger mass airflow. You're gonna need to, I had to cut some of this pipe to lower it a little bit because with the K24 it's a little taller, so it lifts us up. You know, you're gonna need a universal oil line because the S60R one won't fit. This, I mean, you can use the S60R one or the F15G one, but you need a S60R oil drain, which is that thing right there, which I actually fixed. You see there's no more O-ring popping out. You're gonna need the S60R lower coolant pipe, which is right over, somewhere over there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there, that blue one down there. You probably should run a wideband. It's safer to tune and stuff, you know. ECU flash, all that. You guys want to take a look at what I got inside? Yeah, here are the 2 wires that I ran to the ECU for the tune. You guys definitely should hit up Calvin, bro. My car's never ran better than this. I'll take a video. On the bass tune right now. I'm about to contact him right now. Appreciate it, guys. Just if you ever have any questions, just let me know. DM me on Instagram or comment. You know, I'm always free to help you guys out. It looks pretty cool with the 2 gauges right there. Not gonna lie. Let me give it a little rev.